Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Sierra. Today is May 25th. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. Before we get started, I have to give a disclaimer that this is not financial advice. Any trade that you take during this live session, you take at your own risk. Alrighty, let's see what's going on in the Forex market. London session. Alrighty, I'm gonna check news first because yesterday we had um, an orange folder. It wasn't a red folder, it was an orange folder. And it was PMI. And for the first time, I don't know if I haven't paid attention to that news before, but for the first time, I paid attention to it. It made price drop on GU 110 pips in an hour. So I am compiling my own economic calendar from Forex Factory Calendar to know exactly what news to pay attention to on what days. All right, so we do have a couple orange folders for euro and the yen in an hour. I'm going to pay attention and see if it moves the market. We got some at 8:30. Then we have some red folders at 2 FOMC meetings. So I'm going to pay attention and see what those do. All right, let's go to the dollar. And give me just 1 second. Okay. Hello? I gotta check my sound. All right, there we go. Let's make sure that you can hear me before we start. All right, so I was expecting the dollar to continue to sell. I wanted to see yesterday's excuse me, candle continue to drop to this yellow line. This was my 4 hour. support and resistance zone, and the 50% of the fib on the daily. It still can continue to drop. At the moment, we're getting a pullback. Wait a minute. Let me delete these fibs because these fibs are from the hourly. Okay. I thought I was going crazy. All right. So we got our point A to point B on the fib, which is where you align the zero up with. And right now, we're waiting for price to retrace either on the 50, 618, the 76, or it could continue down. But we are just watching and waiting. So right now, we know that the dollar is in a downtrend. So not really sure what we're going to do for today. Just watching and waiting. It looked like price did break this area, retested, and dropped some and created a new hourly support zone. And this was our last hourly zone right here from April the 25th. Looks like price didn't quite make it there. So I am going to delete this line right here. And I'm going to update it. What? Just delete it. Okay. The yellow line is what I want to delete. All right, and excuse me, I'm going to draw this recent zone right here. Alrighty, so not exactly sure if the dollar is turning around. I would wait for a double bottom for sure. Before seeing that the trend is changing. A double bottom and a break of structure. So I would like to see a double bottom here on the yellow line. And then see price break structure. Excuse me. Seems as though my voice wants to get a little scratchy today. All right. So I would like to see a double bottom here or on the fib on the daily. Or see price break structure right here. At our last higher low and then come back and retest and continue higher before saying that the dollar is turning back around. So, because it doesn't have to quite exact. Why do I have a fib on top of a fib? Okay. As we know with the fib, it don't have to come completely to the 50 or the 618. It could turn around at any point. It made a new zone. Give me 1 second to get something for my throat. Be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, so like I was saying, we're looking at the dollar, seeing if price is going to turn around and finish its buy, or if this is just a pullback on the daily and it's going to continue to drop. I was saying I will wait for a break of structure right here at the last lower high, and then a retest before being exactly sure. But we can see that price broke this 4-hour trend line on the daily, and it did retest it. Broke that 4-hour trend line and that support and resistance zone. It is continuing to make lower lows, so I would say it's just a pullback, but we know we're gonna need to get a double bottom or a double bottom or a break of structure. All right, let's check these positions that I have been holding. Today is Wednesday. I've been holding since Monday. This position, I first got in last week on Thursday. I took it to TP1, and then we got a retrace. But I got out of this on Friday. Market opened on Sunday, and it shot up to TP2. Then it consolidated. Then we got this long drop yesterday from this news. Let's see, yesterday was Tuesday. From this flash manufacturing PMI news, which was definitely news to me, but that is now going on to my economic calendar. All right, and this is what we have been doing ever since yesterday to this morning. It has been respecting this trend line. My position, I got in yesterday at 1.24772. that wick right there. 1.24772. Make sure it's accurate. Literally that wick right there. And currently up well, it was 78 pips. Prices retraced. Currently up 63 pips. My stop loss is at entry. But I am going to hold to TP3. If it doesn't come down and take me out. This dotted pink line right here came from a news article on Monday. I use the pound sterling line for a majority of my news. And it stated that GU should rise to 1.2662. So I just marked that with this pink dotted line. Make sure. There we go. 26620. Just to keep track with it, see what happens. Let's see if we have any new news this morning that is relevant to GU. Pound sterling faces a summer of weaknesses, analysts, which we can expect because the dollar is on the rise due to all of this stuff that's going on with the war. Oil is high, food is high, daycare is high. Everything is high, but people's pay, unfortunately. Hopefully they get that together one day. All right, so this is May 25th. This is a recent article. Well, article from today. Came out at 6:41 BST. What is BST? I don't even know what BST is. We're going to look it up because that's what we do here. If I don't know something, I'm going to Google it. We're going to learn together. British summertime. Wow. And it's 8:19 currently on British summertime. Okay. Well, thank you for this article, Gary House. And let's see what we're talking about. Analysts warn pound sterling is set for a summer of weakness against the euro, dollar, and other major currencies as the UK economy suffers a downturn and the Bank of England abandons its interest rate hiking cycle. Analysts warn of a summer of pound sterling weakness against the euro, dollar, and other major currencies. Yeah, thanks for that. Same two sentences right there. Most analysts are predicting the pound will remain pressured against the dollar and GU that could result in a test of the 1.20 level or even go below. So, after we hopefully hit this level from this dollar pullback that we got going on, because again, we got this dollar marked on the daily. this fib retracement that we are working with. I'm still looking to see. I really do want to see it drop a little more, but it doesn't really matter what I want. We react to what the market gives us. But once it does turn around, the dollar is going to continue higher. So that does mean that GBP will continue lower. So they're saying that it can go to what number? Let's see. I think he said 1.20. Yep, 1.20 level or even go below. They also say the pound's rise against the euro might now have to come to an end, meaning the pound to euro exchange rate peak of 1.2188 in March was a high watermark. I don't really trade the pound euro, but I am going to start watching the rest of these GBP pairs because somebody asked me yesterday to look at GBP CHF, and it was really pretty. Does Oanda not have a chart for the pound euro? Type in euro GBP, right? Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. Gonna add that to my watch list. And we'll look at that. What in the world just happened right there? I don't. Okay, there we go. Let's correct that. All right, so we're gonna mark 1.20, which would be 1.2 thousand. And I'm just marking these levels with a horizontal line, this pink dotted line. So I just take my horizontal line and I just put it on the chart. Then I double click, go to coordinates, 1 point, put all those zeros in. Ooh, now we can't even see it because it's so far down. And you know, look at that. That is, wow. So from our current level, well, from the high, which they claim is going to reach, and which I do want to see my fib finish. I do. If we can get this TP, they're saying it could drop good 654 pips. Now, we're not saying that it's going to straight drop. Of course, we know the market doesn't work like that. But it would be nice. From this triple bottom right here to current price, let's see, to the high. That was 414 pips in 12 days. I mean, it could drop that full 600 pips on. It stayed in its structure-wise. Alrighty, so I am in this buy. I'm gonna hold my buy. My stop loss is at entry. If you're currently not in GU, let's go down to the 15-minute. Let's see. Yep, I would wait for it to pass this zone right here, this blue line at 1.25825 and wait for a break and retest. It looks like we have an ascending triangle also. So we got 1, 2, 3 touches right here. Oh, delete that. I like to use the trend line. I'm going to change this from yellow because this is my yellow is my hourly support resistance zone. I'm going to make it black. All right. So if you're not in GU, we could do this. We got this ascending triangle because price is making higher highs within this trend line and this support resistance zone right here. You see price break out and retest this. And you can get in right here, 1.25518. So if you get a retest, put stop loss below this low for 44 pips and take it to my TP3 1. I like to take it a little bit below TP3 on the fib just to be safe, because sometimes it doesn't completely touch TP3 and it'll turn around. So I'd say 26805, 425 pips, 44 pips stop loss. That is a 1 to 3. And what I mean by 1 to 3, you're risking 1% of your account to gain 3%. Okay? Or if you're doing a higher percentage of your account, you're risking 2% to gain 6%. All depends on what you're risking. But 1 to 3 for percentage wise. So we will come back and check on that. As long as it's moving higher, that's what I like to see. All right, we're gonna go look at EU. Yesterday, where's my position tool? Did I accidentally delete it? Let's see. Yeah, nope, took me back to GU. Okay, yesterday, I put a position tool on here. I must have accidentally deleted it when I was checking it on my phone. I didn't set an alert, but when I came back, my position was in profit, and I did not get in that position. So I just wanted to see where the entry was and how the trade was doing, but don't know where that position is now, so I won't keep track of that. All right, let's go. Oh, you know what? That's because this is EJ. I was looking for EU. Okay. All right. We're going to check UJ. Look at this retracement. All right. So yesterday, oh, it looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay. So yesterday, news happened at 9:45, we got this PMI news for USD pairs, which is so crazy because, like I said, the GBP pair, the PMI came out, price moved 110, 112 pips in an hour. And so I was like, okay, I noticed that we had the same news for the dollar at 9:45. So I was like, I had already gotten to this UJ trade, Asian session Monday night. News came and pushed it. I was like, yes, I love news. So as you can see, it broke out of this trend line right here, and it did not give us a retest. So price, I was up this TP1 right here, this blue line, which is the negative 27 on my fib. And I'm expecting price to come down to TP2 to negative 618. But price is doing what it's supposed to. It broke out of this trend line, hit my TP1, reverse, look like it's gonna hit and retest this trend line. If I get a confirmation, an engulfing candle, some type of rejection, confirmation showing that it's going to turn around, I will add another position right here and have two positions open to TP2. So let me see. And my fib was drawn on the daily, just like the dollar. It is a sell. That fib was not drawn on the daily. I see that now. Okay, here we go. So we got a double top here. That's our point A. Price broke structure right here. This last higher low. Price broke it right there. Came back, tested structure, dropped again. So this is where I got my TP1 and TP2. So you got A, B, C. Price came up to the 50%. And I'm expecting it to come down to 618 to finish my TP. I got this trend line on the 4-hour. We got 1, 2, 3 touches on this trend line. And then I drew the second trend line from the 4-hour as well. Along the bottom, we got 1, 2 touches. Price broke out yesterday of news. Looking for price to test this and continue lower. So I'm gonna watch for some rejection. I'm gonna watch for that on the 15-minute. And it also lines up perfectly. This red line right here is my 200 moving average. So price is lining up perfectly with that. Yeah, so I'm looking forward. Let's see. We touch that and get a second entry. So let me see if there's something that I'm missing on the dollar. Okay. Same, the 200 is touching the 200 on the dollar. So price broke and it just played around. I could say it wasn't a clear retest. So then maybe that's why we're coming back up. Get a retest and then continue this fall. I do want to get a lower low today. Um, I am still going to hold my positions. Everything is set at break even, which means all of my trades are my stop losses at entry. If I get stopped out, price continues lower, I will be re-entering my positions. Alrighty. And for most of these, I do take partials, not for most. So the way that I trade when I get in, when TP1 hit, I take partials. I move my stop loss to entry. And then I wait for full TP to hit, which would be TP2. So I did make some money off of this trade. So it wouldn't be a complete bust if price turned all the way around, because this is the foreign exchange markets. We do not predict the market. We just react to it and trade with it. Okay, here we go. This is the euro position. So I was looking yesterday. And I waited for an entry to get into this buy to continue higher. And I did not set an alert for this. So when I came back and looked at it, I was like, oh, okay. We're in profit. It came up 38 pips, which was a nice intraday trade. So I'm going to bring this down. We did not trade that. Even though if I did, technically wouldn't have hit stop loss. But if I did, my stop loss would have been at entry, so I got stopped out. I'm gonna move that over. So it's looking like, what do we have? We had this channel right here. There's two blue lines. Price broke out of that channel. Broke out, tested it, bought, and it did make a new high. Tested it again, made a new high. Now it looks like it's testing it again. We do know that the dollar seems to be on a pullback. So if the dollar's on a pullback, since this is our base pair, this is our quote pair, euro is going to do the opposite of what the dollar is doing. So the dollar is currently rising at the moment. So we got this pullback. So I really do still want to see the dollar fall some more. So if the dollar does fall some more, then we can expect this to continue to buy. Where are we on our fib? Do I not have a fib on here? I do not. Let's see. I'm gonna check the daily. So just looking at this, I don't like how this looks. I wouldn't exactly put a fib here. I like to see more of a pullback. So, all right, come to the 4 hour. Got a double bottom here. This is my low. That's my point A. We got a pullback here. That's my point B. Just dragging it over. So we got point A, point B, point C. Price pulled back to the 50%, which did line up. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. Okay. Which did line up with the 50%. Price continued its buy, completed this fib at the 618, hit the 618 and went a little bit higher, pulled back a little bit, which retested this trend line. So now we can make another fib. Our new point A will be the last fib's point C. We got point B right here for this pullback. I'm going to delete this fib just so we can see it a little clearer. Gonna. All right. So we got A, B, C, straight to the 50. Rejected it. Look like this fib was completed too. Our new fib will be drawn at point C of the last fib. Now, I am going to use this as our point B. Since we're getting this pullback right here, so we got A, B, so it looks like from what I was taught, a pullback is at least 3 candles. It hasn't quite come to the 382 yet. So we're going to watch and see if price is going to come to the 382 or if it's going to respect this trend line and continue higher. So our 382 is right here, which would match up with a 4 hour, this line right here, zone, support resistance zone, which price broke out of this zone, came back and retested, bought some, looks like, so broke this zone, may come back and get another test of this zone and go higher. It just all depends on what the dollar is going to give us today. Let's see. Yep, I just wanted to double check that fib. So for the hourly, this is what we have, and it does match up with our 4 hour. So point A to point B, and we're getting this nice pullback. Price could pull all the way back down in here to this 618 and retest this trend line and continue higher. which that would mean that the dollar, um, that pullback would be pretty high. Let's see. So we don't have a break of structure. To say that price has changed and went into a downtrend yet. Because we have our equal low right here, got our low, our higher high, our higher low, our higher high, our higher low, our higher high. I technically needed one more candle for myself personally to have counted this as another structure point. But then again, it was a pullback. I can't see it. I can't see that. So it was a significant pullback. It was 30 pips. So let's go over that again. All right. So we got our equal lows right here, our double bottom. We got our low, our higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. In order for this to be a break of structure, price will have to surpass this higher low right here and retest it and continue lower. So right now it is still upholding this uptrend, which is exactly what I wanted to do because I want the dollar to come down some more. It's 3:49. We got 10 minutes left on this candle. This is looking like a nice rejection. What I would look for to get to enter this trade, let's see. Do I see a trend line here? Yes. I will mark this 15-minute trend line. And I would honestly wait for an engulfing candle or a double bottom off of this trend line. Stop loss at these equal lows right here, which is 26 pips. Come back to the 4 hour and we're gonna line it up with the 0 BTP1. Remember, move stop loss at TP1, take partials. 27 would be TP2. 618 would be TP3. As price continues up, move your stop loss because we are expecting the dollar to continue its buy. It is close to the 50% on the daily. I will wait for confirmation to get in here. If you get 3 white soldiers, you got 1 rejection candle, 2 rejection, 3 rejection candle. If you get another buy candle higher, all right, I gotta delete this because you can't see the candle. If this third candle right here on the 15-minute closes as another buy candle higher than this one, I'd get in. It's a candlestick pattern, 3 white soldier. But okay, looks like we have 7 more minutes for this candle to close. I'm going to go to the next pair in just a second. All right, we got AUD USD. Looks like on the 15-minute is really respecting this trend line, which is beautiful, 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 beautiful. We got our fib right here. Not the 15-minute, I'm on the hour. Price didn't quite reach. This is what I was saying about the 618. How it can come close sometimes. Sometimes it'll like completely still shoot 100 pips past the 618. Sometimes it'll come to the 618 in reverse. Sometimes it barely comes to the 618 and reverses. And AU was, this is a perfect example. It came 13.5 pips away. I would absolutely hate to set my full TP here, right? And not be paying attention to the market. And I come back and I was up. Let's see. Our entry would have been here around the 50%. Let's just say we got in a little late here at the 382. And I was up 150 pips. And then I finally come and check a couple hours later and price is down here. My TP didn't get hit and I'm only up 95 pips. Now granted, 95 pips are still good, right? Could have been patient, waited for it to come back and still get 141 pips, but sometimes price don't always come back. So that's why I set mine like 15 to 20 pips away from the 618. So on AU, I drew this yellow line right here because price turned around and gave me this hourly support and resistance area, which I am now going to turn this into a trend line. Looks like a nice double top. Price hit this area and is dropping 23 pips. Like I said, I still do want to see the dollar come down some more. So that would make AU buy a little more. Give me one moment. All right. So, in order to say that we are in a sale officially and price has turned around, I need to see a break of structure of this higher low point right here and price to retest. Right now, price is bouncing back and forth between these trend lines. Now, if the dollar is just on a pullback for a nice intraday position, you see price break and retest this trend line. And let's see. Yeah, that's looking like nice little sell. Where would I want to see it go? I would only look for about 20 pips to this area right here. Because technically, if it breaks this, I would want to see it come back up and retest this area for a break of structure to get a low. So that was a nice little double top for whoever caught this on the 15-minute though. That was a nice little 26 pips. So like I said, I would wait, yep, for that retest and take it here for a nice little scalp. Make that, let's go 1 to 2, nice little 1 to 2. Now, technically, I don't know if I would want to challenge this trend line. So take it to the trend line. It'd be a nice little 1 to 1, 16 pips. And then if it breaks this trend line, then let's see what we got on the hourly. Yeah, I don't know why this zone isn't marked. We got these double tops right here. Double tops right here, broke, came back, retested, bought up a little bit more. So yeah, this is a strong area right here because we got this trend line and then this support and resistance area. Price could definitely turn back around. But that would be a nice little intraday position. And this is a really powerful trend line right there. That trend line has been holding since May the 12th. Price has touched 1, 2, 3, 4 times, 5, played around. And look, the hourly candle closed. We got this nice engulfing candle, but it did not close below. It didn't. Price could start to consolidate and play in this area. Sure could. That's a pretty double top though. That was perfect double top. I like to see pretty patterns. You don't market doesn't always give it to you that way, but when you see them you just cherish it, appreciate it. Let's see. Is it gonna break? I want to see what this next 15-minute candle is gonna do. Let's go back to EU. Let's see what's going on. Didn't get a third candle. Price is continuing down. The dollar, is it time? Like, is it pumping up though? Is it pumping up? Is it time? Look at this. Are we just retesting this area, or are we going to get a break of structure? Is it time for the buys? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, ignore my own sound effects, okay? As these streams go on, I'm definitely going to get to, like, a little sound effect button, okay? Look at it right now. This is our daily candle. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? This daily candle started yesterday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's been going on for a good 8 hours. And we still have, what, how many more hours to go? It's 4. I'm counting in my head, and the whole count, the timer is right here. 14 hours left of this candle. So we could close, and price could close down here at this 50, and you could get a long wick. Like, that's just how Forex works. Or this could just be a retrace, and then we can come back tomorrow and price continue lower. Or price could play around in this area for the next couple of days before deciding that it's ready to turn around and buy. We don't know. So continue to check into another episode of Unsolved Forex. Like Unsolved Mysteries. Okay. Let's see. Where were we? We were last on AU. We're getting a little break. So come back at 4:30. See what happened. Let's see what's going on with my GU. Still within these two trend lines. I'm still good. I'm still good. We have not price haven't come to close. Did it come back and test this consolidation zone? It did. Because price broke out. And when you're in consolidation like this, you normally want to see a break and retest. So, I don't know. We might be going lower. We might just be going lower. And that would mean that else happens today. But today is Wednesday, and the Forex market normally goes to level 5,000 on Wednesday. Like this Sunday it opened up and opened up at level 2,000. Like majority of these pairs wrapped up on Sunday. Let's see, what was Sunday, the 22nd? All right, so this candle right here started the 22nd. The market opened, and when I say it wasn't playing, it wasn't playing. It gave a nice 53 pips on a Sunday. Like the market went up on a Sunday. Sometimes market opens on a Sunday, it just plays around. Sometimes, it continues to move from last week. You just never know what you're gonna get. But I do know on news days, the market is gonna give what it's supposed to give, okay? And on Wednesdays, the market is completely giving. Like Wednesdays go ham. It's just gotta be patient, wait for these entries. So I'm not gonna lie. If I get a nice break and retest, I'm gonna get in and sell this to where I don't know yet. But I'm gonna get in and sell it. Catch some of those sell pips. All right, to USD CAD. So yesterday I was waiting for price to break out of this consolidation, and because the dollar was selling, I was completely expecting this to break to the downside. I put my position tool on there. Thankfully, I did not get into this trade because when news happened, UJ dropped, but UCAD bought, which completely confused me. UCAD shot up. I gotta move that over. It shot up 72 pips. 72 pips in an hour and a half. And I was just completely confused because UJ dropped. But then I had to remember that although I base majority of this on the dollar and I expect USD pairs to follow the dollar, sometimes it won't always follow the dollar because of the quote pair. So the dollar was my base pair, but what's going on in Canada? And I didn't look. I just looked at the chart. I I I was like, I'm glad I didn't prematurely get in, and I didn't Google to search what's going on in Canada. So apparently, the Canadian dollar is down. It has to be because the U.S. dollar is up on this. And then I was like, well, we got this double top right here. News spiked up. I am going to get a retrace. I'm going to delete this. I was like, I am going to get a retrace. So I got in on a sale. I got in on a sale at 1.28445. I did not Put a stop loss in. I did not. I'm going to put this at this high right here. Sometimes I don't always use a stop loss. Not good practice, but it is what it is. I got in just to catch a couple of pips. Now, I didn't set a TP. I looked at it last night and I was up, what? 40 pips. I did not close. I was expecting it to go lower because I was still expecting the dollar to drop some more. I got up this morning and I was, looking at price retrace and I was like, I don't feel comfortable holding this. So I made a couple bucks. I got out at 28315. Where did I type that at? The wrong spot. 28445. I got out at 28315. Just 10 pips. Instead of, look, 13 pips. Instead of the 40 that I had. But it's okay. My account lives to see another day. So let's see what's going on. I drew these two trend lines. They are blue, so I think 4 hour. Yes. I got this blue line and this blue line going. I drew these two trend lines because this one came from May the 12th and I had a second point here. I need to bring that in a little bit more. There we go. Second rejection here. And I was like, I'm not really sure if I like how that looked, but we got 2 points, so we're going to see what happens. Price did break through that. Let's see if we can go down to the 1 hour. See if we got a clear retest. Alright, so it touched there. It broke through. Didn't quite get a clear retest, but I am going to keep that trend line on my chart. And then I drew this one because price turned around right here. Also drew this support resistance line from price turning around right here. And then I drew this second trend line because we got another rejection at the same area as the other trend line. So I was like, well, let's see which one price respects, because you just never know. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Um, it is 4:20 in the morning here, and I normally get up at 3 to do these sessions, and I make myself some green tea. And as I was drinking my tea, I just got a little queasy. So I had to step away for a second. All right, so where were we? Okay, we're trying to see if price are going to respect these trend lines. So it looks like they're irrelevant. No. Price did touch this one tight twice and broke down, but it did not come through and retest. This one it's just playing on. So for UCAD, I honestly, what's going on? Don't know. This fib did not complete, but we do know that it can come to the 0 and turn around just as well as can come to the 27, turn around to the 618. So the 0, this is why this is always TP1. You take partials, move your entry to stop loss, okay? So you'd have made your partials and you've been stopped out on this trade if you got in up here at the 50%. I'm going to leave UCAD be. I am going to leave it be. I'm sorry, I had to zoom in. So I can't say that price did respect this trend line at one point because it did try to, or did it? I'm going to make sure I get this accurate. I like to make sure all my touches are right as possible, as good as they can be. And it did close below, so it is playing around on this trend line. It's respecting it. In order to see this as a buy, let's see what our structure is. We have our high, higher, I'm sorry. We have our high, higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high. And I'm sorry, I'm saying it completely wrong. High, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This is a lower low instead of an equal low because it did come down a little further than this last lower low. So we got a lower high, and then we did get another lower low. In order for me to consider this break of structure, our last lower high right here had to have been broken and retested. So that is what it looked like price. I'm sorry if you hear something. That's my beanbag that's underneath my feet. Let's see. I'm gonna mark it right here. And we're going to label this BOS for break of structure. In order for me to consider this a buy, I would need to see it break this area right here, retest, and then make a high above this lower high. And then I'd be looking for buys. Or shall I say the trend has changed in my opinion. Same with the dollar. Be looking for a break of structure right here. I am eating some kiwis. I had to put something on my stomach. Get rid of this queasy feeling. Just in case you hear me a little crunch. All right, so that was UCAD. It's 4:30. 30 more minutes, and I will be ending the stream at 5 o'clock. But I will be back at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. See what we can catch on US 30 for New York session. NU. Okay. Did I do a position on NU? Yes, I did. I got in for a buy because NU also had news yesterday. 10 o'clock. And baby, it did not disappoint. This candle right here at what, 11, 22, no, 10, yeah, 10 o'clock, 22, 23, 24, it's 12, so yeah, 10 o'clock, it shot up 73 pips beautifully. Overall gave out 86 pips. My entry was 64352. And I caught all of this. I did not have a TP set for NU. Now, I took my partials. I am currently still in this trade, and my stop loss is at break even. I'm currently still up 30 pips with this drop that's going on. Let's see, it's 4:30. Almost. Let's go back to AU. Let's see what we got. We got a nice drop still. Did we get a retest on the 15 minute? Not quite. Not quite a retest, but still getting a nice drop. And same on NU. It's 47 pips. In, was that an hour? 2 hours? In 2 hours? Whoever got up with me during London session this morning and was looking for this to reverse because Normally, what price does after shooting up or news, you're going to get some type of retracement. Not always. Sometimes it does leave an imbalance. Like I think there was price never filled in right here. Just shot straight up. Price still hasn't come down and filled in this imbalance either. So it doesn't always retrace. But for the most part with news, you get those moves like that, you can expect to retrace at some point. So I'm sure somebody was up here looking for that. USDCHFY. Does it look like this pair is barely moving? Like, what are you doing? You see, what are you doing? Like, what is going on with your life? It broke out of this consolidation zone, moved down 118 pips. Looks like it's retracing. Let's see. I see this trend line right here. Looks like we got a nice little break and retest on the hourly. This close higher than this one, we get a nice sandwich candlestick pattern. I'd take it for a quick buy back up to retest this zone. Stop loss at these lows. Not quite a 1 to 2, but close. That'd be a nice trade. Mark this as a support resistance zone. Let's see. I don't know why this is so open. This whole section right here. Do we have any other touches? Yep. I should have had that marked up. Look at that. Stretch that over there. We got 3 touches over here. So that should have been marked. I don't know why it wasn't. Price broke out and dropped to this next zone perfectly. That 100 pips. And it never retested it. So yeah, that would be a nice trade. We got 30 more minutes. I'm going to set an alert for this one. This would be one that I would look for today. Let's see. I'm going to set an alert for right where I put the position tool at, because I do want to see price close higher than this one. This candle close higher than this one to get a proper sandwich candlestick pattern. So set the alert at 96336. We'll do crossing 96336. And create. This dotted line here tells me that my alert is set. All right. I've been watching USD ZAR. I've not traded it yet, but it has really nice structure. And it looks like we might get a final TP. I don't know. All of this consolidation right here, I'm watching it. I won't trade this until July. I'm forward testing it. See if I like the way it moves. So I'm going to mark this consolidation at the body high and the low of these bodies. All of these wicks were fake outs. See if we can get a break, retest this consolidation zone. It might not even retest. It might just push straight down, but go down to the 15-minute. See if we can get TP3 off of this fib. Let's see. Got two trend lines going off the same high. 1, 2, it broke, retested, but did not continue higher. It was just a pullback. Straight dropped. Which gave us this second touch right here. That's all the time I'm gonna spend on that one since I'm just watching it. EJ. I'm just watching EJ too. I see a lot of people trade EJ. It lines up perfectly with the fib. I'm gonna delete this old fib here. Got this trend line right here. And it looks like price is in an ascending triangle. Got these higher highs. Got the trend line below and this trend line above. We have point A of the fib here, point B here, price retraced to the 618, gave a double bottom. Came back up to TP1 for 240 pips. Technically, if I would have gotten in this, my stop loss would have been an entry. It hit TP1, partials would have been taken. It's respecting this trend line. Let's come up to the 4-hour. Now this is a 4-hour. Is this a 4-hour trend line or a daily? It's red. It's a daily trend line. And on the daily, it's still a downtrend. We got our high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We got a higher low. We got equal highs. We haven't gotten a lower low, but price did not break structure. So it still could hit this trend line and drop. And we can draw the fib on the daily. This is point A. Hold on. I'm going to delete this 1 hour fib. I'll put it back on there just so you can see it clear. I had to make sure this was a 1 hour fib. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the daily. Let's see where we are on the daily fib. What is happening? Got point A, point B, right here at this wick. C came to the 618. Gave TP1 and TP2. So it could drop to TP3. Because it's still in a downtrend. I would wait. I'm going to change the color of this trend line from the hourly to the daily. We do have an ascending triangle right here. Price is making higher highs inside of these two trend lines. But price could easily break this trend line, retest it, and then go lower. We do have the 200 MA below. Price broke the 200 MA and never came down to retest it before going higher. So we could be getting a 200 moving average retest. Or price could break this trend line and continue higher. For EJ, I'm going to wait for this daily candle to close. I'm going to watch EJ on the daily and see when it's going to break these trend lines and get in for a nice long-term sell or a nice long-term buy. So I'm going to leave EJ right here. GJ, which has become my arch enemy at the moment. I think I'm going to start trading GJ off the daily too. I did. I got into this trade, but let me see. I thought I had full confirmation. I did. Okay. I had a double bottom here off of this zone. I guess I didn't realize that this was definitely a descending triangle that I am just now recognizing. If I would have waited, I would not have had this 85 pip stop loss. And on GJ, that's a lot. All right, so I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to leave that on the chart. Bring this down. That was a stop loss. I'm going to delete these price notes. And GJ is going to be another pair that I am going to deal with on the daily only. If I don't have confirmation on the daily, we are not taking it. Let's delete this fib because it does not look like it's from the daily. I'm going to delete this break of structure. I'm going to clear this whole chart. And we are going to take these last 14 minutes and do top-down analysis. But it's going to stop at the daily. So I'm only going to do the monthly, the weekly, and the daily for GJ. All right. So we are on the monthly. May's price right here. I am going to mark the high of April. My monthly color is black. And I'm going to mark the low of March. And I marked the low of March because it was our last rejection point. And price also consolidated right in this area for the last couple of months. So it looks like a very well respected area. And then let's see, I want to mark right here because we have all of these wick touches right here, and price did close above here, so let's mark right there, the body, at the body. So what was this? November, December 2021 highs. Price did touch. It broke and retested. So it's relevant. And it just retested here in May. So this is the zone that we are dealing with at the moment. We got this double bottom from November 2021. And just recent here, we got the second touch, March 22nd. That was what, Sunday? So extremely relevant area. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to change the color to a weekly, and I'm going to bring this up to the top of these bodies just to get a more accurate support resistance level. I'm going to change that to the weekly color, which is purple. I'm going to delete it because it looked crooked. Okay, here we go. Right here. There we go. I don't see anything else up in here that I would mark. I do see a trend line though. So I got one touch here, two touch, 1, 2. I'm gonna mark that weekly. And what do we have on the daily? So as you can see on the daily, price came up. It stayed in this, it traded between this zone. Straighten my line, straighten my line. There we go. Here and here for since June 2021, this October 2021, December 2021, January 2022, February 2022, and recent March 22. This was a very significant area. Price just broke out on Sunday and made a new high on GBP, got a new high. Now, let me see. What is it saying about GJ? technically I can, let's see, what is price? I can take the same prediction from this GU chart where they're saying price is going to fall to 1.2 thousand for GU because GBP are both the base pairs, and say that we're going to get another fall. I would say come back and retest this trend line. But I will read an article to see what they're saying. So we do have a perfect fib. We got our point A. Point B. I don't know if I want my B to be here or here. Because I don't have another one to draw. So I'm actually going to draw it twice. Let's see. Because even if I draw it here, it did come back down and gave me a point C, and it came TP1, TP2. So technically, I could draw another one from this point A to point B. Delete that. And that would be TP1. And this would make that buy irrelevant because price came back down and broke the trend. So let's see. Do we have a break of structure? We have a low. We have a higher high. We have a higher low. We have an equal high. We have a lower low. Higher high. Higher low. Higher high. So this is our last higher low. I'm gonna change that to a black line. So right now, price is toggling on this break of structure. Say it broke structure right here with this lower low point, and price came back up to retest it. Still retested it. And I have a trend line that I did not mark. Let's mark that. That looks wonderful. So, because we do have that break of structure and this nice pullback, I do have a point A and a point B for my fib. Let me change the color. Daily. Trying to see, let's see what's going on GJ. Actually here. Point A, point B, point C came to the 382, came down to the 27, gave us TP1, pulled back to test structure. We got a double top. Price did not quite close as an engulfing candle. This would be an engulfing candle, a nice full body candle. But let's see. Now I would go down to the hourly. Look for an entry. So I think we have, okay, we got another trend line here on the hourly. That's nice, that's nice, that's nice. This would be an ascending triangle because price is making, well, we got one higher high, and then we got equal lows right here, which I am going to mark support and resistance right here. I got 3 touches. Well, two definite touches and an almost touch. And let me fix this trend line. There we go. I want to see price break this yellow line. Which on the daily, how many pips away are we from it? 88 pips. I will sacrifice these 88 pips to accurately know that I can get in and catch these next 315 pips. And technically, I really wouldn't even sacrifice it because I would wait for this retest on the daily. So to actually be more. Yeah. So EJ and GJ will be traded on the daily only. And it looks like the same setup. A, B, C. Yeah. Same setup. Wow. All right, it's 4:58. I will review gold US 30. I just want to look at this. I'm going to look at this real quick. Somebody came on yesterday and asked me to look at GBPCHF. This is looking like a nice entry. Glad I did look at it. Put that fib on there. Let's get this continuation started. Let's see. All right, so this was not a daily fib. But it does line up on the 4-hour and the 1-hour. This, sometimes I like to move my trend lines to like a little closer because that's still closed below. I'm gonna look for confirmation to get in this and continue this sell down. Of course, the negative 27 would be my TP1. 618 would be my TP2. I'm looking. I'm really looking now. I'm like, I want to find a reason. This isn't quite. No, it's not an engulfing candle. Definitely looks like an order block to me. Definitely looks like an order block. So let's come down to this 15-minute, right? Where would we get in? Wait, I'm gonna go back to the hourly and just double check. Okay, yep. Bam. See, you always gotta go back and double check. Support and resistance right here. Right here. Yep, I said cheer. Cheer. Yep, got a couple touches. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So it is definitely still respecting this 4-hour fib. We got a break and a retest. Got a nice down candle. I am going to sell GBP CHF. I like how that looks. Got a break, retest, drop, price came back up, retested this support resistance zone and this trend line. Got a nice sell candle. Oh, our alert went off on USD CHF too. Okay, wait. Let me set up my short tool. I'm entering at market execution. So right wherever price is. I'm gonna set my stop loss at a little bit above this support resistance area. TP1. It's gonna be the negative 27 on my fib. TP2. About 15 pips away from the 618 because that's just how I do. 18631. 18631. 193 pips. Sounds good to me. Let me mark my TP1. Price label. Hold on, I'm gonna come back and mark that. Let me go check that alert on USD CHF. Oh, look at US 30 dropping. I don't touch US 30 until market opens. That's USD CAD. That's UJ. Where you at? USD CHF. USD ZAR. Okay. Well, I was looking for a nice sandwich pattern, right? Price broke this trend line, retested, gave me a sandwich pattern. Excuse me. I am going to market execute Buy on USD CHF. My entry was 96327. 96327. I'm going to set my stop loss. I'll leave it here for 37 pips. TP 58 pips. Not quite a 1 to 2, but it's decent. I shall take it. I'm going to move that over. 96327. You know what? I'm actually going to move my stop loss to this low right here. 23 pips. So, yeah, that's a 1 to 2. And if price comes back down and touch this trend line, or should I move it to this low? I'm gonna move it to this low, this low, this low. Not quite that, okay, 30 pips. Not quite the, just give it a little more room. 96015. 96015. Set my TP. Was this a fib? This was not a fib. This was a retest of this zone is what I'm looking for this trade. So I'm going to set my TP right here where it's at. 96914. And boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Zoom, 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 zoom. All right, I'm going to change this to, I guess I can't change it. I need to purchase TradingView. I really do. Need to stop playing with my life. All right, gonna put red on that one. Remind myself that I am in that trade. We're gonna come down to GBP, CHF. Let me mark my entry, 20560. Set my stop loss. Stop loss 20909. 909, and I think, no, it's a double top. It's a double top. I gave it a little bit of room. I'm gonna set my take profit level for, excuse me, 1.18631. 1.18631. Let me mark my TP1. Of course, when TP1 hits, I'm going to take partials, move my stop loss to entry, and see if we can get full TP. If it hits TP1, mark my price here. Mark my price for TP2 here. TP1 is how many pips? I don't know why I always do that. Why do I do that? Okay. Entry to TP1, 82 pips. Beautifully. 82 pips. TP1, 82 pips. that inside there. Full TP is 192 pips. What I just do? Okay, TP to 192 pips. This is what I would like to see happen. I'm gonna mark that red. All right, so far for the day, these are the trades that I am in. Yeah, I just closed this GU position just to keep a little bit more of my gains, even though I did take partials. So I'm no longer in this. It was beautiful while it lasted. I'm not going to re-enter that trade. I got what I got out of it, but I do want to see if TP3 is going to hit on GU. I will need to go back and mark how many pips this was. So I'm gonna do TP. I'm gonna do 2 TPs on this one just because I see this zone right here. So let's mark this. And then technically, would that be, that would be a retest of this consolidation zone too. All right. We're going to do 2 TPs. This is not, it's like almost a 1 to 2. So TP1 would be a 1 to 1, and TP2 would be just at a close to a 1 to 2. All right, it's 5:12. I got to get off of here. I will come back at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for New York session, so we can check on these positions and then see what will happen with US 30 today. Thanks for tuning in. If you are watching the replay, comment down below and let me know if there are pairs that I'm not going over that you would like for me to go over. We can learn them together. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with one of your fellow traders.